Still struggling, man. Thumb pick. This is kind of how I practice, but with a regular pick, I should first say why am I switching back and forth to a thumb pick? It's just more versatile. You're going to be able to do more with this hand. Unfortunately, let me show you how this works. So the thumb picks come, they're really long. I don't have a new one, but I file them down to like almost nothing. And then I got to shape them. The issue is that they tend to be pretty rigid. Whereas if you watch me pick with a regular pick, I'm always doing this kind of weird stuff. If I'm sweep picking downward, my wrist will do this type of stuff. If I'm alternate picking, it's a little more rigid. But I also hold the pick like, I don't know, have to, like way near my thumb, like my knuckle. So after years of messing around with the thumb picks, I'd file them a little more and shape them down or forward more or more in the middle. What I realized is in order for that to be where I keep my actual pick, it would have to be like here, like all the way down my thumb. Now, I got a pretty small thumb, and that's like my thumb's turning purple. It stops the circulation. If it's tight enough, like it's really still a struggle. What I have found is if I make it really pointy and really short, the struggle is like it's generally easy with this stuff. When you're doing a claw type of thing, the difficulty comes when you want an alternate pick. And after I've used thumb picks for periods of time before, but after 3 decades of playing pretty much with a regular pick, it's infuriating. My picking is my weakness to begin with. So having it further weakened is a terrible feeling. But I find if I make it pointy and short, when I pick, I'll kind of do that. I don't know how I can demonstrate. I bend my thumb. I'll do this type of thing, and I'm actually coming at the strings at like a 90-degree angle. It makes it sideways, so I'm kind of. Whereas this would be flat, right? If you look at my thumb angle, this would be flat, like parallel to the string. I never pick like that, even with a normal pick. I angle it, probably, let's say, probably close to 45 degrees. This thing has no tip on it. I don't know what the hell happened to that. That's why I have this. It's ridiculous how much time I spend on this stuff. Blah, blah, blah. So exciting, right? This is Happy New Year, guys. People are out on the beach in Phuket. They're in Bali. They're doing yoga in Jamaica. I'm sitting here in my garage filing down pigs. And to be honest, if this makes me happy, if sitting in this cluttered, cold garage with my space heater and my best dad cup, hey, if this is what makes me happy, then everything else is just going to be a freaking bonus. Yeah, so what I was saying with a regular pick, I would have it close to a 45-degree angle. There are guys who pick flat. You know, you'll see them do this kind of. I just like a pick so pointy that it's almost like playing with a needle, like a diamond tip. And I'll even file them that way. I'll file them like this is a pretty thin pick. I like these jazz, whatever there, it's on the floor. I'm not picking it up. But back to the thumb pick. The key is to put a regular pick in your thumb and see where it sits and what the angle's at. And compare that to your thumb pick, put that on, and my regular pick would be way down here. So what I did is I'll put this on my thumb as far back as it'll go comfortably, and then I'll angle it back a little bit so it's similar. And then I file it to a pretty, these are pretty thick, and that's what I mean, they're kind of rigid. I'll file it to a pretty, almost like a diamond, very pointy, and I feel pretty good with it. And again, for this episode, feels great for that. It feels great for the claw stuff. It feels great for, all that. If I could do it, if I didn't suck at it. And it's pretty good for straight up and down scale stuff. The issue I start having when I'm improvising like jazz type stuff and I want to like sweep pick, I want that freedom that I have with a regular pick. It feels good. I'm warmed up now. The weakness is always down on one string, up on the previous. Oh my god. So if I pick down on the first string, then up on the second. Now I try to skate by having to do that by hybrid picking. just developing that. So instead of going down on, let's say, A, and then up on the G. Because all my life, that's been the worst. Like, that friggin' sequence of picking. But when I have this, like, filed sharp, if I just hit it a little bit, this is ridiculous. This is what it comes to, though. If I get it a little pointy, and instead of holding it normal, I don't know how well you can see this, I do this type of thing. So I kind of make it like, so I'm just pecking the string, just the very, very tip, just the tip. That feels pretty good. Whoa. Man, I wish I could blame the pick. That's just me sucking it. But so I would mess up. Now, people ask me what kind of thumb picks to use. Man, I got these in China years ago, a big box of them, like what you would see at a music store, like a display case. They were like, I don't know, 10 cents a piece or something ridiculous. And they're huge, and you file them down and they somehow smell like menthol. It's probably giving me cancer. But the problem with thumb picks is they tend to be expensive. I mean, even like $1 a piece, like the way I lose these things, like, I mean, $1 wouldn't be so bad if they were awesome. But some of them like $10. I'm like, dude, I'm not spending $10 on a friggin' pick. It'll be gone in a day. I'll have like a friggin' car payment. It'll be like a second mortgage. The key is getting anything and just work with the filing. You know, you might want it a lot longer. Even my pick, well, which is on the floor, I don't use much of it. You know, I just a little speck, but just enough so it doesn't hit my thumb. And the other thing with this is when I started doing it before, when I did my Chi CD, I wanted to get into 8-finger tapping stuff because I was going to Shred Town at the time. Now I got kind of long nails. I can't tap, nor do I want to. It's a technique I was never that big on. It sounds awesome. There's people who do it incredibly, but I love playing fast. I love fast music, but the need to just be like it's starting to, there's a point you don't need it anymore. You know, maybe at the age of 44, I'm possibly showing signs of maturity. I don't know. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, I would just mess with that and then do the same type of picking exercises times 10. Do 10 times more of it. Sit there and run all your scales. Like just this diminished scale, I'm feeling weird on the second and third string. Now it's the fifth and the fourth strings I feel weird on. So I would slow it down. I would adjust. It was an upstroke that was just kind of, my pick might not be shaped perfectly. I just had to adjust the way I held it a little bit, and it feels better. So, I mean, it feels pretty good now. That stuff still feels weird. Not that I ever do it, really. Uh-oh. I think the plumber's here. It's gonna be grinding, hammering. Time to go.